Hello, I'm John Abel, and this is the South Campus Show. I'd like to welcome you today. We have some great information and a great guest. Normally, you're used to seeing Father Bob White, our pastor, here at this desk. Well, today we're reversing the roles. Father Bob White is my guest, and welcome, Father Bob, to your show.
Thank you, John. Well, what can I say? Good to be here.
Well, indeed, it's good to have you here, and your faithful dog, Arlo.
Exactly. Don't go anywhere without him.
That's right. You know, folks, there are some really good things happening at St. Victoria, and I want to share some of those with you to keep you updated on the latest so that you can be involved in whatever way you wish, because there are some great things coming up. One of those is our Valentines Visits. Valentines Visit, it's going to be our third annual, where we create, with the help of the Faith Formation kids, these beautiful Valentine's packages that have candy inside. They have cards, perhaps cards that you've made, and these are going to be distributed to all of our senior parish members who are age 75 and older on Valentine's weekend. And did you know, Father Bob, this is the first year that you qualify to get one of these beautiful Valentine's packages?
I have been told that, John. That's correct.
How does it make you feel?
Well, you know what? As I was telling people at the masses, if you stick around long enough, you're going to get there too. You can be part of that club. So just hang in there, folks.
That's right.
Someday you too can be part of that 75 and older group. Not bad.
No, and the thing is about it, Father Bob, that there are some handmade items in that bag. So that means that they're one of a kind, just as you and your fellow senior parishioners are one of a kind too. So we're just excited about this, and we also want to mention that there's a new series that's called Catechism in a Year, and it's a podcast led by Father Mike Schmitz. He's hosting this Catechism in a Year, and that's the second time now I've said that because I want you to remember it, because we here at St. Victoria host a 1-hour discussion about each podcast every other Monday, led by parishioners Patrick McKinney and Pete Foley in Elston Hall. It's, by the way, if you have a pencil handy, the next discussion is on Monday, February the 6th, from 7 to 8 p.m., and I said Elston Hall. Father, tell me about Catechism in a Year. What's that all about?
Well, you know, with Father Mike Schmitz, who actually interned here at St. Victoria, believe it or not, and the parish, he was off and running, but the parish got to see this young guy come and take off, doing well, doing creative things. What happened was COVID came along, and everyone was creatively trying to think of ways to stay in touch with the folks, and he came up with Bible in a Year, which just took off and became like his #1 podcast around, incredibly influential for a lot of people, and that worked so well. He thought, Bible in a Year, why not Catechism in a Year? So that's how that came around, and I've got a sequel to Catechism in a Year. You got Bible in a Year, Catechism in a Year. I was thinking of Vatican II documents in a year, but that's whole nother thing.
That's for another day.
And I could talk to Father Mike about that, or we'll see.
Boy.
But for right now, Catechism in a Year, it's a chance for parishioners to get together and really chew on elements of our faith and discuss them. It's pretty cool. I was there one night. And,
beautiful. Yeah.
A lot of conversation, good conversation.
Well, I think too, there are going to be coming up here very shortly some other opportunities in addition to that. And one opportunity that we think about, and maybe we should think about a little bit more, is this blood drive that the Waconian Knights of Columbus are having. You know, we're big fans of the Knights of Columbus, both through St. Hubert's and through St. Joe's. Well, this opportunity is through the St. Joe's group. And Father, what it is that on Monday, February the 13th at St. Joe's, it's an opportunity for anyone that wants to donate blood to do that. And I know, Father, you've done that in the past, and tell me why that's important.
Well, I've been told that it saves lives, like 200 lives a year, because there's available blood. So it's just one more thing myself, I'm not real keen on needles, but what the heck, one poke for something good, why not? And when I go, my blood comes out so slowly. I take up a lot of other spaces, so they tell me, move it along, Father, if you can. But I do the best I can.
Well, and that is amazing that here in our area, 200 lives a year are saved.
Right, and I must say, I'm going to be getting in the habit a little bit because there are those who, I won't mention any names, they are clockwork. And they've given gallons over the years.
Wow.
And I do it occasionally at best. So I'm speaking not because I do it all the time. This will help me get into the habit. It's a good thing. It's all about giving back.
It is. And I know there are a lot of parishioners that do that and very selfless. And so thanks to all those that have donated blood. And on February 13th, another opportunity to do that. One thing that's also been a success are our sweet socials that began here in the wintertime. Joey Nelson and his folks have helped get some families involved and the confirmation kids involved and even some ministries involved in hosting a sweet social. And I know that here in the month of February, we're looking for those that might want to jump online and see when it might fit after one of the Sunday masses. But Father, I know you and Arlo like donuts, don't you? I've seen Arlo in there, I know.
Well, actually, one of us really likes donuts.
Okay.
I'll have one occasionally, but I'm so chintzy, John, that for years we did donut holes, and then there was, if you will, a movement that just rose up and said, Father, enough, let's get the whole donuts.
Okay.
And I not gave in, I came to my senses, and I said, absolutely, let's get the people of God are deserving of a whole donut, not a little donut hole. So we do have whole donuts. And for those who are looking for alternatives, we have fruit, we have lemon times, we have that kind of thing too. So we're kind of balance it out, but something for everybody, and good, strong St. Victoria coffee. Let's not forget that.
And might I add, good conversation there, Nelson.
Absolutely.
So, well, if you'd like to enjoy an entire donut, this is the time to do that. Yeah. So take advantage if you can, and stop into Elson Hall after Mass on Sunday. Father, I've heard that this is Catholic Schools Week, and what can you tell us about the importance of a Catholic education with these young people?
Well, I went to a Catholic school. It was a good thing for me. Nuns could be, they call me to task, but I probably deserved it, running around after recess, after the bell rang. You're supposed to stop on a dime. I was running around. But I'm grateful for my Catholic education, and we're lucky enough to have parishes around us. All the parishes that surround us, most of them have a Catholic school. St. Victoria had a Catholic school up until 1973. There's pictures of the old school, which is where the parking lot is now. But we like to support St. Hubert's, St. John's, St. Therese, St. Joe's, Waconia, Chanhassen, Deep Haven, St. Bart's across the lake, and Our Lady of the Lake in Mound, and just to keep those schools, and they are flourishing right now.
That's awesome.
It's people seeing the value of Catholic education, so it's
Beautiful.
good.
Yeah.
We want to do, as a parish that doesn't have a school, we want to help those other schools too.
Indeed. Thank you. And Father, since you're sitting in that chair, you've put a lot of people, I'm not sure if torture is the right word, but we bring out the orange hat, symbolic of really our show coming to a close. But there's one more question. Father, you've put people on the spot, and so we'd like to let you know what that feels like. So if you would, reach into the magic hat.
Well, John, I don't know if I'm comfortable with this.
Well, that's the point, Father. They aren't either, but they do it.
I've made other people uncomfortable. Now it's my time to take a dose.
To understand what that's like.
All right.
You're going to walk in their shoes. I'd be happy to read that to you.
All right. See, that was my out. Can't read it. Don't have to do it, but here you go.
All right,
you can
Father.
read it, I'll answer.
Folks, the question is, say something about keeping a promise.
Wow.
That's a good one.
Wow. There's an old saying I learned from Bob Rutke, mentor of mine, says, whatever you say you're going to do, do it. You know, and
Yeah.
it's that simple. And you want to deliver. And that's why I'm very careful about saying, I'll see a friend or something like I haven't seen like, hey, we should get together. And I am very careful about saying when, because I don't know if I can
Sure.
deliver on that. But you know, that's what I know. And I'm going to put in a word for the confirmation students.
Yes.
Back to Sweet Social Sundays. They said they're going to do it, and then they show up and they do it post Sweet Social Sundays, which is really cool. And so they remind me, whatever you say you're going to do, you do. Keep that promise, and that's how you build trust. And you know, that's a good thing.
Oh, it is a good thing. So important. And I know we'd like to make a promise on the South Campus show, and that is that Father Bob will return in the host role next week, and I'll step aside because you don't deserve this kind of torture. So, Father, thank you for letting me take the big chair.
Well, John, if I could comment, did you ever think of going into broadcasting? You'd be a good anchor.
Father, thank you. That's very kind. I've done a little broadcasting work from time to time, and it's been very enjoyable. But I'll say this, boy, it's nerve-wracking being in this chair in your shoes. But you do such a marvelous job, and so does Arlo, and he's around here someplace. But I'll just say, if I may, Father, if you could close this out, and we can look forward to the next show.
I will. And the unsung hero of the South Campus show, besides being Liz Baum, our film editor and so forth, and Mark McCarthy, is Arlo. He's here, supporting all of us as we.
He's made a
thing.
promise. Yeah.
So, everybody from South Campus, once again, thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you next week. God bless.